Defeat for either Cork or Sligo would see them exiting this year's championship, so defeat was not an option. Marty Morrissey is your commentator.
The Cork performance in the Munster final against Kerry showed enough potential to guarantee 14 of the players that started that afternoon their positions for this fourth round qualifier. Graham Canty and Anthony Lynch are the key players in a strong defensive unit, while Derek Kavanagh and Nicholas Murphy continue their midfield partnership. The only change is in the full forward line, where Brendan Gerald Sullivan squeezes into the centre, with John Hayes and Fintan Gould in particular now being pushed out to the corners. No Eamon O'Hara, and yet here are Sligo in round 4 of the qualifiers. The defence remains reasonably tight, with Johnny Martin and Brendan Egan settling in well at full and centre-back respectively. Sean Davey and Noel Maguire played well against Clare in the middle of the field and are thus retained. Two changes in the attack, however, all on the left wing, with Tony Taylor and Brian Kern now wearing 12 and 15 instead of Darragh McGarty and Jerry McGowan. Match referee is Michael Hughes from Donegal in County Tyrone. Already you can see there's a strategy in the Sligo camp, as Tony Taylor is now playing at midfield with Noel Maguire. Sean Davey has moved up to the 40. Cork won the toss, decided to play from left to right, which is more or less against a, well, reasonably strong breeze here in O'Moore Park, Portlaoise. This is James Masters, done very well so far in the championship. This is first year. Score of 8 points. The knockdown is for another Cork forward, and that happens to be John Hayes, and that's over the bar. This is Philip Green from the St. John's Club, just a few miles outside Sligo town, Carrow, not County Galway, County Sligo. Some pushing there by Nicholas Murphy from Carrigaline, so it's going to be a free for Sligo. Sean Davey played well against Clare, drops this one in. It's looking good from here. It's a great score. Sides level thanks to the creative talents of this man from the Curry Club in County Sligo, Sean Davey. On Sexton. A little bit of pressure here. Good work by Sean Davey again. Coming through from left corner back is Brendan Phillips. Lays it off towards Brian Curran. Comes back to him on the rebound. Flicks it inside to the left half forward, Tony Taylor. Sean Davey, this time from play, shoots. And it's over the bar for his second point. It's a long ball option that's being employed over towards James Masters, and Fintan Gould gets there ahead of his Nemo Rangers colleague. This ball flicked inside for Nicholas Murphy. Chance of a goal here. Brilliant. Coming from a deep defensive position. Look at him making the run here. Good vision by Conor McCarthy. Spotted that Carrigaline's Nicholas Murphy had taken up a good position, and his finishing wasn't bad for a midfielder, was it? Good score. Sligo defence very much exposed here, and Philip Green had little or no chance. James Masters. Anthony Lynch just bypassed it slightly now. Can Sligo counter-attack? Here's Sean Davey. First touch just a little bit disappointing. It's been raining here in Portlaoise. Chance for Desi Sloan, and that's going over the bar. And Cork flicked that ball so quickly around. Long ball in towards John Hayes, and the finish was sublime. Just a little touch. That's his third point in this qualifier. 2 from play, 1 from a free. Corkman gets there ahead of 2 Sligo players. That's Conor McCarthy. Comes back for Brendan Egan, who seemed to be out of position at the moment, out in the wing. Egan makes a bit of an incision, tries to set up Brian Curran. Not a bad ball. Gets it onto his right boot. Can he curl it over the bar? The umpire agrees. It's Brian Curran's first point. Conor McCarthy gives it to Kevin McMahon. That's a fine ball for Noel O'Leary. Scored from this position before. Lays it off to Conor McCarthy, and that's over the bar. His own sexton, James Masters. Knocked away, picked up by Brendan Egan. Had to pull in it first time, more of a lottery than anything else. Comes for his Porrick Doohan. Tries to sneak it up for his Brian Kern, did well, skidded along the surface. He's without a boot, but he has the ball, passes it inside for his Desi Sloyne. The effort is not a bad one at all, and it's over the bar. Good score by Mark Breheny. That's his second of the afternoon. James Masters flicking inside for his Conor McCarthy. Big boot belongs to Brendan Gerald Sullivan. It's a big effort and it's a big point. Good score. Brendan Egan unable to get there ahead of John Hayes. Fintan Gould cutting inside one defender. Second challenge was rather high. Conor McCarthy lays it off for his James Masters. Good block down again. Taken up by Brendan Phillips. Sligo playing with a little bit more tiger now in their tank. This is a ball that should have been cleared. Masters, oh, fantastic save by Philip Green. Point blank, diving to his left. Spectacular. Down for his Jerry McGowan. This is a very good period of dominance by Sligo. Back for his Noel Maguire, not known for his scoring prowess. Gets inside, tries to set up an opportunity. Comes back once more, and that's over the bar. John McPartland gets his first point in this fourth round qualifier. Kick out goes all the way down for his Brendan Gerald Sullivan, who seemed to come back into the crowd to deliver the ball out for his Noel O'Leary. Well capable of scoring. Sends it over the bar for Noel O'Leary's third point, coming from a right half back position. Derek Kavanagh. Not a great ball for James Masters, but he did well to get away. And Patrick Nupton. Masters once more. Dropping this one in. Two big men in around the house. Nicholas Murphy, the goal scorer, is brought down to ground. Referee says it is a penalty. And the Sligo players cannot believe it. The ball dropped in. Nicholas Murphy out-jumped him and gathered, and then clearly you can see that Maguire was pulling him down inside the large rectangle, and this could well change the trend of this particular match. A crucial moment in this fourth round qualifier could well ease Cork into the quarter-final. Brendan Gerald Sullivan, his shot is beaten out by Philip Green, and it's planted in the back of the net. From the resulting rebound, James Masters takes the credit, but the goalkeeper Philip Green again did superbly here. But when it came out to Masters, he just seemed to lob it in under the crossbar, into the net. But a fantastic save again by the keeper. Kept his eye on the ball, but he could do absolutely nothing with the lob. It's all the way down for Sean Davey. Jerry McGowan is over this side. Maybe Sligo can get back into the game. Getting inside the cover, takes a shot. It should have been a goal. Sligo needed a goal. Jerry McGowan got inside the cover of the Cork defence here, but it really should have been rattling the back of the net. Well, the balloon has really been burst by that goal by James Masters. Philip Clifford showing that he wants to play in the quarter-final in the starting 15. An effort that's going straight over the crossbar. Good score. Nine points now between the teams. Conor McCarthy surviving the hit from Brendan Egan, who comes out the worst of wear. And there's an opportunity here for Kevin McMahon, facing the goalkeeper, and Green does well, but McMahon is there for the rebound. It's goal number 3 for Cork. All-Ireland minor medalist 5 years ago, coming in here, but once again Philip Green's goalkeeping absolutely superb, and desperately unlucky that the rebound falls into the path of the wing forward from Carbery Rangers. the full-time whistle. It's an emphatic victory for Cork. Full-time score, Cork 3 goals and 13 points. Sligo 11 points.
There's a bit of toughness out coming to this team. Mentally we were a bit weak, over the last couple of years, but as you said, once we put the scores on the board, we settled down and we finished off strong. That's a good sign, I think. Definitely we were under pressure, They had the crowd behind them, but as I say, mentally I think we're after getting tougher and we're happy with that,
I feel that Sligo were a very young side overall. The average age of the team is 24, 25, and I would like to think that there will be no retirements in Sligo come next year. Whatever about the manager, whether he stays or not, I think it's most important that all the players stay on board, and I think they will, and I think each and every one of them have a whole lot to contribute to Sligo football.
So can we take it for definite so that Dominic Corrigan is staying with Sligo? Can we announce that officially?
I'll not be too far away.
Welcome, Tony, and welcome, Bernard. Look, Tony, no matter how much Billy was trying to hype up Sligo during the week, there was never a likelihood of a shock here, was there?
Well, I suppose on the performance the last day, it wasn't really. Derek Cavan and Nicholas Murphy dominated everything at midfield. Now, there was periods in the game, especially in the start of the second half, where Sligo came back, but they didn't have the finishing power at all to worry Cork. Cork played quite well, actually. Even though the score did flatter them, Graham Canty was good at full back, Anthony Lynch midfield, as I said, and the forwards were quite good outside. They took their scores well, and they got 3 goals, which is
it's a long time.
A long time. Ross Common in the playoffs 2 years ago was the last time, and it was Owen Sexton got the goal, actually. So it was good to be scoring goals.
Actually, speaking about that midfield dominance, is that going to be a problem with Cork? Because they dominated for long spells against Kerry, dominated yesterday again, but they're struggling to put teams away. The forwards aren't capitalising on all that possession.
Well, I think Nicholas Murphy must be one of the most consistent midfielders so far in the championship. He hasn't played a bad game so far, and we saw during that VT there, he scored 1 goal and he made the penalty, so he was all over the field, played very well, and Derek is doing well. I agree with you, maybe they could have got some more scores, but I suppose once you're winning possession, you always have the chance of putting it away, Pat.
But maybe Noel O'Leary put his finger on it there. He said Cork, this year are mentally tougher. They're a dangerous dark horse, aren't they, for the championship?
Mentally tougher and definitely much more organised and much more belief. All of Billy Morgan's teams over the years definitely are based on a solid defence, which they've actually put in place now. Their defence probably is just behind Kerry now. It's probably the second best defence in the country, I would say. But like Tony said there, they will get chances. The defence will be good. Midfield and defence scored 1-3 from play yesterday. But up front, I think some of the younger players might struggle next week if they don't put the chances away. They won't get the easy goals that Sligo afforded them there today.
Right, now it's a long time, Tony, since we had a VT clip involving Cork footballers that said, Cork, good play. For years, Tony. You've picked it out.
You're pushing it here now, Pat. But it was terrific play, actually.
And you've
primary possession won at midfield. Initially, it was won by Derek Cavan, actually, from a high ball in. Derek goes up and wins the ball. Now, this is good build-up. Here's Noel O'Leary. He was outstanding all through. Brendan Jarrett, who came on, actually, and did very well, got 2 points himself. And no messing. Letting the ball into the full forward line. Goes in. It eventually goes into the hands of Conor Mack, who picks out the run from midfield of Nicky, took a step inside and finished to the back of it. Now that's a good goal as you'll see anywhere. Good goal. Here we see again Noel O'Leary coming up the field. Now, as I said, Noel got 3 points from play. Like Noel and James Masters, they're the future for Cork football. Now Noel is a great character.
And a great engine.
A great character. He's a kind of a fellow you love. In the dressing room, he's one of the guys that... He's the Niall McCarthy type of an individual who drives teams on. And it's great to see him coming through there today.
The young lads, Tony, the one good thing about it is that the young lads, Billy's persistent with them. McMahon, Hayes, Gould, Masters. That's what Cork needed and lacked over the last few years,
Briefly,
which is good to see.
Have they a chance against Galway? How would you call it?
I think the defence will be super. Midfield will definitely probably just a bit shaded. It's how their younger forwards respond. The Galway teams will be 20% better individually when they hit Croke Park. I think Cork will just shade it myself, honestly.
Galway have 5 under-21s playing as well. It will be like 2 under-21 side playing, and Philip Clipper came on the last day and he made an immediate impact. Like, it would be hard to keep him off.
2 good footballing matches.
And they'll play football. Both teams will play football. Pat.
Lovely. Well, time now for another break, but we'll be back shortly with more championship action. With teams from all 4 provinces in action.